It's Nurse J at Nursing the Truth. I hope everyone is having a great day. So Nurse J is off today, cleaning house, dealing with little Sunny. But there again, I always have time for truth if you are wanting truth. So what am I going to talk about today? Have you ever heard of the famous historian Cornelius Tacitus? You know, the Tacitus Annals and the works. And he was in the era, quote unquote, talking about Christos or Crestus, however you want to say it, friends. And he was in the business with Suetonius and Josephus and Pliny the Younger. You see, I have all three books, the Letters of Pliny, the 12 Caesars, and Tacitus Annals. So, where am I going with this? Who really was this masked historian? Well, would the name Flavian or Pisos have anything to do with it? Yes. And why do I say that? You see, we have had in the past people that are putting the pieces together on the Roman antiquities and who are the players of the Bible. And even, other works that they doctored. So even people in Britain and other, English societies are, even digging deep into this. So Tacitus, really, who was Tacitus? Well, I'm fixing to tell you. You can find this information on the web under the title Discovering Tacitus as Neretus Priscus. And the search engine would be academia.edu. If you haven't heard of a scholar called Abelard Roussillon, you need to look him up. The authors of the New Testament, who were they? They were all kin or all friends or nobles. And they were quite disgusting, actually. So what these people did is the royals would have different names, like pen names and other names. But Josephus had several, which really there was never a Josephus. That's just a pen name, people. So Tacitus, he was in the Piso gang. And when Josephus and Justus and Proculus and Pliny the Younger wrote a lot of these things in the New Testament, they also inserted Tacitus in there as well because they like to, say hello to their friends. Because this thing was distributed all throughout the empire and they knew exactly who wrote it. Isn't that sad? So Tacitus was inserted in as Cornelius, the Roman centurion that got baptized by Peter. And you can find Cornelius's name in Acts chapter 10, and he feared God. And he also was Tertullus, the prosecuting attorney against Paul, praise God, in Acts 24. Because he was an attorney. And Tacitus reciprocated by dedicating his dialogues on oratory shortly after the year of 100 to his dear Fabius Justus. Friends, who would be Fabius Justus? Justus, the son of Josephus. Oh, wait a minute. Arius, Calpurnus, Piso. And the family had other writers in this Christianity thing. And the Pisos used their friends, and Cornelius Palma, Palma, the jurist, were writing under the name of Cornelius Tacitus between 115 and 120. Guys, let me let little Sonny out. I hate the interruption. I'll be right back. Life. A day in life at Nurse Jay's house with the dog. So they had written in a lot of stuff, and they also talked about Nero had caused Christians to be torn by dogs and burned on crosses. And he had many names: Cornelius Tacitus, Cornelius Tertullus, and Cornelius Palma, the jurist. And he was also, there's also another identity as Neretius Priscus. Now, as far as Cornelius Tacitus being Neretius Priscus, this may have well been in the late Roman history scholar. This is one of the scholars I was telling you about that have been searching this. His name was Ronald Syme, Syme. Knew of this and several other items relating to the truth about ancient Roman history. Syme is a major source for the critical examination of these names, personages, because of his extensive work in this area. Syme says that Tacitus, that the case of the jurist Neretius Priscus is instructive. He was a consul in 97 CE, the same year as Cornelius Tacitus. And this is precisely how one needs to work through these names and identities, carefully following every clue. And we're going to show you something, friends. Just hang on tight with Nurse J today. And just don't believe the Roman historians on everything they try to sell you. Because there is an agenda, friends. One finds Cornelius Tacitus as Cornelius Palma, a jurist, and we see that Neretius Priscus, also a jurist, as consul in 97, the same year. The data, the dates, the titles, the positions, and names of relatives, and even cross-reference materials lead up to the same thing. It's like a puzzle. It's like a matrix to find the names and their wives or children. It is a hard construct, friends. You never can find out the truth by limiting your thinking. History was done in a way that is manipulative and is much more challenging than what most can imagine. In Syme's article titled People and Pliny, he says proconsuls of Asia and Africa are likewise not much in evidence. Asia from 103 to 120 CE exhibits only two, Cornelius Tacitus and Cornelius Priscus. So here we see again the name with the same title in the same place at the same time, with this time another Priscus, who just so happens to have the name Cornelius as well. What are the odds? If it acts like a duck, if it looks like a duck, and it quacks like a duck, it has to be a duck, right? So a person has to work around finding things like a maze until they get to the end and they can be free from hitting the doors or going in circles. So further examination of looking at the councils of Asia and Africa at this time, it is likely that such clues were able to find and piece together the ancient history of who they really are. We find Priscus, now known to us as a person who wrote history as Tacitus, as the husband of Corellia Hispalia. In addition to such overwhelming evidence as that we find in the following clues. When one reads, for instance, The Life of Hadrian by Aelius Spartianus, one learns that at least supposedly there was to be sure a widely prevailing belief that Trajan, with the approval of many of his friends, had planned to appoint as his successor not Hadrian but Priscus, even to the extent of once saying to Priscus, I entrust these provinces to your care in case anything happens to me. And little Sunny has come back from her potty time and is laying at my feet. So let's just see if what I read to you was accurate about Cornelius as Cornelius Tacitus or Nericus Priscus, or even the times that he was consul of Rome or governor of Asia. You can find this information very readily on your internet. But thank goodness for Ronald Syme and Roman Piso and Abelard Rouchelin that we can be free friends. And Nurse J is going to spread the truth and help you as well. Tacitus was a Roman senator and governor of Asia in 112, friends. And quote, was one of the best historians of the era. Says again on Britannica.com that he was born in 56 and died in 120. He was a little younger than Josephus, Arius Calpurnius Piso. His titles, like I said, a consul again in 97. And then he was the governor of Asia in 112. And he descended from the royal aristocratic family, and provincial families often took the name of the governor who had given them Roman citizenship. He studied rhetoric and composition. He studied law. A consul, a governor. And then in 77, he married the daughter of Gnaeus Julius Agricola. Let's see what else he did. When he returned to Rome, he observed firsthand the last years of the Emperor Domitian's oppression of the Roman aristocratic family. Yeah, because Domitian knew the game that these people were playing, and he didn't want any part of it. Stop it, dog. So he had all these works that he wrote, yada, yada, yada. Okay. I'm telling you this, right? So I'm showing you something, okay? Okay. Britannica.com. I don't know. Let's see. Let me try to see if I can get my light off. Maybe that'll help. Well, Tacitus. You see? Tacitus, Britannica. Okay. So this Priscus was also a Roman senator. This is wikipedia.org. And he was into the Roman Senate by Vespasian and Titus. And during the reign of Domitian, he served as Saturni from the year of 84 to 86. And Priscus was a governor, province of Pannonia. And let's see. And it says, let's see, he had two sons, Marcellus and Priscus. Let's see here. Do one more thing. See if I can see something else. So guys, I don't want to keep you holding for very much longer. I know that it's hard to for me to look while you're listening. It's kind of rude. So, anyway, there again, I've proved to you what these scholars have been saying. Tacitus, Priscus, Cornelius Priscus, Cornelius Tacitus, both in the Senate, both were consuls, both were governors of Asia. Rhetoric, composition, writing, and were attorneys. Something else you might want to know, little friends. Tacitus and Pliny the Younger prosecuted together. Until next time, Hotep and Ashe, and I hope I can help you get out of the matrix. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Tell your friends and family about me. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let me know if there's any other information you want to know. Until next time, have a great day, guys. And Little Sunny says goodbye too. Bye-bye.